Hello, my warriors of light and love. This is Heart Song, back with a brand new video for you guys. And I hope everybody out there is doing well, is safe, and taking care of themselves the best they can. And also getting some sunshine when it's out. You know, get out there, get some exercise, bike, hike, skateboard, do what you guys do, and I hope everybody is just trying to do their best to also stay active during a time of course, safety and partial self quarantine. Um, that's partially why I'm making this video, guys. What we're going through is so unprecedented, but it also allows us a unique opportunity to really kind of to take this time to give us a different perspective in life, a perspective that we might not have had before. And I've talked often about how something like this, a supposed crisis in life, can really act as a barometer to how we were living our lives before. And I've talked to a few friends now, and I've told them that, you know, if you didn't have to make any broad sweeping changes in your life, then this is something that is a good indicator. It's a good indicator that you were already living a good life. You're already doing what was right in life, and you know that is what it is. But if you weren't, for whatever reason, if you weren't living life maybe like you should have and whatnot, then you probably had to make some broad sweeping changes in your life, and you probably had to change a lot of things. And this most likely was a and is a chaotic period of time for yourself. So that again, it's just a unique time. It's a unique opportunity for us spiritual warriors of light and love to look within, to really make sure that we were living the way we should have been living, and doing the right things, doing the things we should have been doing for ourselves. So only we really know what those things are on a personal level, but collectively we all have the responsibility to help each other out, you know, to uplift each other, to inspire each other, to heal each other, to heal ourselves, and to give of ourselves selflessly during these times, especially, again, in a supposed time of crisis. And I say that like that because it's not that it's not a time of crisis. It's just the media and whatnot are always going to try to make this out to be bigger than what it really is. And I'm not saying that there isn't a virus, or, you know, I'm not saying that there aren't people who are sick, and I'm not saying there aren't people who have died from this, and that it's not a serious situation, because it is, and we should treat it as such. But there's also, like I said, this is an opportunity for us to just truly own our own minds, think for ourselves, and do, and not overreact. Yeah, you want to react, and you want to be prepared. You want to do the right things for yourself and be safe, but also just think for yourselves, guys, and just know that these individuals that are making these plans, because they're always going to have plans, right? They're always going to look for the opportunities within a crisis. You know, that's an old political saying. You know, just know that they have these plans, you know, to make the best out of this crisis, and to seek as many opportunities as they can from this crisis. And it's always going to be at the expense of us. It's going to be at the expense of the people. It's going to be at the expense of those that, like ourselves, that, you know, the hardworking, just due diligent people of the earth. So we are the ones that often suffer at the hands of the elite, those who have these grand plans for us and their agendas. So there's always something that they have cooking up and whatnot. So I'm not going to go into all of that and the different vast conspiracies that are out there, because they are out there and they do exist, and some of their agendas are very, very sinister. But from a spiritual perspective, because that's what I'm all about and that's what this channel is all about, from a higher level, from a spiritual perspective, it gives us a unique opportunity to work on ourselves, to focus on what's really important. Our families, children, our loved ones, our communities, no matter what it is. And so for me, myself, working out, eating right, studying, it's given me more of an opportunity, more time to do those things, the things that I love, the things that feed me, and feed my soul. So there's always an opportunity for us. They'll find their opportunities within a crisis. It's up to us to find our opportunities within a crisis, but for the betterment of mankind, for the betterment of ourselves, and for the betterment of our light warriors, brothers and sisters out there. So just wanted to remind everybody of that, that it's not all just doom and gloom and whatnot. So they would love for us to just cower in fear, but the truth is, fear is the real virus here, and not the virus itself. So just be careful and be at peace, be in love, and again, do what's right. Do what's right for yourselves, and just be at one. Be at one with yourself and each other. And that's what matters. Is we matter. We make this world run, not the ones that think they make it run. So that's the truth, and that'll always be the truth. I'm also reminded of, during times like this, I like to go to the beach a lot. I like to, it's one of the things I do. I like to go to the beach. I like to skip rocks. I go to my favorite beach, and it's one of my favorite rock skipping beaches. And I'm just a competitive person, so I'm competitive with myself, and I'll go out there and just try to find the best rocks and try to get as many skips in as possible and things like that. So I found this rock, and I, put a little face on it. And so the Mayans have this all over, carved into their structures and their temples and whatnot. So the Mayans knew better than anybody to not take life too seriously. So even when things seem the darkest, even when things seem hopeless and things seem the heaviest in life, this is what they were all about. They were all about they're all about seeing the brighter side of life. They were all about having fun, and just kind of making fun at life itself. Just like and the tongue out, because because they realized at a very deep level and at a higher level that this is a game. This is just a grand game that we're all in, and it's just how you play the game. So they knew that better than anybody, and so here they are, and they put this. I mean, why else would they do this? Think about this. These guys were pretty advanced, very intelligent, and their calendar still is the most accurate calendar to date, which I love. I love the 13-month, 13 moon, 28-day calendar. It's just awesome. That is the true calendar that we should be following, and not the Pope Gregory III calendar. That's a whole nother subject and topic for another video. But I felt compelled to put this on the rock, and it just reminds me again during times like this to be loving to ourselves, to each other, not to take things too seriously, no matter what's going on. I know some of you have loved ones out there that have fallen prey to this virus. My heart, my love, my prayers go out to you and your loved ones and your family. But this, is a reminder, to you as well. Just have faith, have heart, never lose hope that everything happens for a very good reason, and just everything's going to be all right. Everything's going to be okay in the end. And you will be smiling like this again, and you'll be laughing with each other again. And God, Spirit, the angels have everything in their hands, all of us in their hands. So never forget that we are very sacred, very special people, and we've come here to just live life in bliss, joy, ecstasy. That's our birthright, unconditional love for all. I'll never forget that. And so, of course, that's how I roll. This is it. Unconditional love, eternal love for all, forever and ever, forever and ever. So, just a reminder to love yourselves, love each other, and everything is gonna work out just fine, guys. On another note, on a similar note, we are all going through this. We are all going through this. We're all connected, and we are all going to come out the other side of this. Going to come out of this stronger, a better, more unified people. I know that in my heart. This has been a growing and learning experience for me personally, and I know it has been for many of you out there. And that's what we can take from this. We can become stronger people. We can become better people. We can become better people for ourselves and for our families, and teach them and have them maybe awaken a little bit, because that's what's really going on the planet right now. This is a grand awakening that's happening on many different levels. We have this earthly realm that this awakening is happening in, and I know in the end, here we are going to be more prepared in the future for things like this. Our consciousness is going to be raised, for things like this in the future. Hopefully at a state level and on a national level, our infrastructure is going to be better prepared for things like this in the future. But I hope just in general as a people that we are more unified and a stronger people at the end of this. And because once this is over, guys, life is going to get back. It's never going to be the same, okay? It's never going to get back to the way it was. But when life gets back to some sort of normalcy, I just, I don't want people to forget, you know what I mean? And I think it's easy just to kind of get back into the routine of life and things like that, and perhaps to start to take things for granted again. And that's really what we can take from all of this, is not taking certain things for granted anymore. Not saying that we all were, but again, it's easy to get into the flow of life and maybe to get into a rut again or into a routine again, and to think that nothing like this is ever going to happen again, or again just to take things for granted in general. So it's too easy to do that, and so there's just a lot to learn overall. And from a spiritual level, this is a great awakening. This is a great mass awakening, and there's a great healing that's happening as well on a spiritual level. So the angels are singing right now. There's a lot of darkness, and there's a lot of kind of chaos going on and whatnot, financially for people and whatnot, and across the globe, across the planet, death and whatnot. But from a higher level, from a heavenly realm, okay, from that realm, um, which the veil is very thin, guys, these days. So from that perspective, from that realm, the angels are singing, and your guides, your higher self, the angels and your spirit guides that surround you, are very strong with you right now. They're very strong with all of us, and I personally feel very guided, very surrounded, and I just feel a lot of love, a lot of love, a lot of healing, a lot of love, and we are just going to be, very healed through all of this, and a very awakened through all of this. I'm going through it. That's why I'm making this video, because I'm going through it right now. I'm awakening to different levels, on different levels, and I'm awakening to different aspects of myself. And I'm learning. It's just a grand learning experience. That's what all of life is. That's why this is happening, and whatnot. So, learning is not always easy. Learning is not always, and growth, this type of growth, doesn't always feel good in the moment as we're going through it, but it's necessary. It's necessary for us to truly grow spiritually, as a people. And I truly believe that this is the hand of God. Not that God is causing this, but He's guiding this. Now that it has happened, excuse me, He's really has His hand on all of this. How it's going, and what we're all really going to learn from all of this in the end. So it is really all good things. So again, guys, just maybe perhaps a different perspective, on this, other than what you have seen and heard, at least maybe spiritually, but we are surrounded right now, and don't ever forget this, guys. We are loved. We are so loved to a level we can barely comprehend. Barely comprehend. We are just magnificent, beautiful, wonderful, just very guided, very surrounded, very protected people right now, more than ever. And our birthright, like I said, is joy, bliss, ecstasy, unconditional love for all. That is the natural order and state of things. Anything fear-based is the opposite of all of that, and not our birthright. So, and not the natural order of things. So, remember that. If you start to kind of get in fear, you start to get down, you start to feel, anxiety, depression, anything like that, just remember that, the natural order and your birthright is joy, bliss, ecstasy. That's what we've come here to experience. We are made of the very essence of the Creator Himself, and that is unconditional love, the very source of creation, unconditional love. So I want you guys all to know that, how beautiful you are, how magnificent, how wonderful you are. So never ever forget that. Never forget who we are as a people, how strong we are, united together in that unconditional love. We can do all things. We shall overcome. Guys, thank you. Thank you. If you like this video, like it, share, subscribe. I'll be making more videos about spiritual topics, such as being a light worker, and reincarnation, past lives, higher selves, and unconditional love, and our true purpose here as a people. So thank you so much, guys.